I just saw something here. I just figured it out. This guy, Biddy, he likes to tweet at us, and he says some outrageous things like, Bonte fanboyed out anytime Zion scores at Chase. It's on site. Well, not only does he go into YouTube, but he also uses the Xfinity mobile text line and texts the same thing. How much of a loser do you have to be to text the Xfinity mobile text line and text the same thing in a YouTube chat? I mean, you're working too hard, son. You multitasking? That's what you think you're doing? You dummy. Let's go to BPA. Brian in Palo Alto, what's happening, man? You're on the roast.
Hey, morning, guys.
Morning.
I agree with Shafsky that you got to win this game. I mean, if you can't win this game, you're probably not getting out of the play-in. So I'm going to keep beating this drum. I see a player in regression with Jonathan Kuminga. Outside of wide open layups and dunks, there's really not anything that he's doing right now that's really good. Not rebounding, he's not playing good defense. And I would have said a month ago that he's like basically the second untouchable on the team. And I'm going to say he's not. I'm going to say there's a chance that he is moved to get Steph the second star that he needs this offseason. But I don't like the signs I see with him.
What don't you
I don't know
like?
what you guys think, but
it's been 3 games since he's been back. He had the double-double in his first game. Now it's Utah. It's the Salt Lake.
I saw it, and I've said this before. I saw it before he went out with knee tendonitis that it was regressing, not like a full-on, retreat, but regressing. And then he went out, and then the team played the best basketball of the season without him.
What are you doing?
I'll put the code red on.
The code red. You ordered a code red?
Code red.
We're so in sync. He just had to give me a look.
I just gave him a look. I mean, come on, man.
You can't handle the truth.
Shout out to our friends at Floyd Water Plumbing and Drain. If you're going to call into the roast, you better bring it.
What did he do?
Because if you don't, you will be flushed. Brought to you by Floyd Water Plumbing and Drain. Come on.
What did he do?
I mean, come on. He saw him regress. He started 29 straight games, and we're like, oh, we can't. Dang, what's wrong with Kuminga? He's come back for 3 games. Had a double-double against Utah. Looked great against Utah. Not getting this Utah. They're not trying to win. Okay, fine. Struggled a bit against the Lakers, but he was part of that pivotal 16-5 run against the L.A. Lakers and played well into the fourth quarter with Draymond and the Stars and Steph Curry. And then, last night, I don't think he had a great game. But next thing you know, he sat on the foul trouble, and you look up. All you plus-minus geeks who love to throw that at me, he was a +8, which was third on the team, right? He's 7 of 11. And we're not talking big gulps and Slurpees. We're talking dunks and middies. 19 points, 6 rebounds. You really want to give up on that guy who's 21 years old?
Well, there was a possession at the end of a quarter where I would have liked him to be able to throw the ball to Chris Paul and then, play off that. Right. He tried to hold the ball himself, and then he ended up turning it over, and they went the other way. They had to take a take foul, and it wasn't great, but that's one play.
I only flushed him because I felt the YouTube chat next to the mobile text line was chatting. They were like, flush, hip, flush, hip.
Oh, so
hip,
you did the gladiator, thumb up or thumb down?
Flush, hip. I did the gladiator. And then I looked at Spinoni, and Spinoni gave me the head nod, and I said, you know what? Snip, snap.
Queen of Hearts.
Snip, snap.
Did he now that is that 3 flushes in a week for BBA?
No, 3 in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, 3 in the last 2 weeks, I think.
Well, also, too, he's
a high-volume shooter.
Well, he had it coming because yesterday I did see his tweets hit my timeline.
Had it coming?
You see his tweets hit the timeline?
Nah.
You didn't see it last night?
No, what'd he say?
Oh, man. All right, so he had one tweet. Bonte Butcher, but he tweeted both of us.
Okay, he does that. That's fine.
The Kuminga regression is total and full. I'm done with him.
Total and full.
He said he's done with him. Then he had another one. Oh, that was earlier in the day. That was about OJ.
What are we doing?
By the way, OJ dialogue. Oh, boy. People. Kyle Brandt, did you see what he did?
No.
I did. I knew he was going to. I thought I showed Sam. I guess I didn't.
What did he do?
But he posted like a 2 seconds, like, my thoughts on OJ Simpson, murderer. And that was it. And it was like 3 seconds. And then he deleted it.
Of course he did.
And then he posted like whatever he was wearing, the same thing. All right, my take on JJ McCarthy. And then people clipped it and just my take on J.J. McCarthy. Murderer. He's turned into a meme. So you're going to be seeing that on a bunch of replies going forward.
I mean, he should have known better. NFL Network, just leave it alone.
Didn't we say someone was going to do something
of course,
stupid?
they can't help themselves. BPA had another tweet April 9th. All of Kuminga's progress is gone. Totally fine packaging him for a second star this offseason. Now, BPA, if you don't think he's good and you think he's regressing, what do you think GMs in the league who do this for a living think? You think you're going to get a second star for Kuminga? If you feel like that about Kuminga, come on, man.
I'll worry about the offseason in the offseason.
Yeah, who cares about the offseason?
I'm focused about tonight.
Yes, it's a huge game tonight. Let's go to Kurt in Oakland. He wants to talk Kuminga. By the way, shameless shout-outs. Line them up, 888-957-9570, 888-957-9570. Let's shout out some people here on a Payday Friday. What's up, Kurt? What's happening?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. Great win last night, and my X-Men choice for Kuminga now is Banshee.
Ooh.
Because whenever he drives to the lane, he tries to yell to try to get a call, and he's not getting the call. And, you know, they're going to pocket the whistle on him, and he's just got to go play through it. And he's starting to play through it a little bit, but he's still yelling too much. And he almost does it like 5 or 6 times a day trying to drive to the lane. And it's like, come on, dude. You're not going to get the call. Quit staring down the refs. Just play. You're going to get frustrated. It's okay. It happens. They're going to play you physical because they know they can get into his head. But, yeah, he's Banshee. He just yells too much when he drives the lane trying to get a call.
Well, I will say this about just the foul calls and his reactions and everything. He is shooting 10% better this year from the free throw line than in years past,
right?
Which is an upgrade. He attacks the lane on a team that doesn't have a lot of guys that attack the lane.
Yep.
He is going to draw a lot of contact. Yep. He has to be able to be demonstrative to get those calls. It does take time. Where I'm frustrated on his behalf is that he gets mauled.
Yeah.
I mean, Walker, is that his name, Walker?
Jabari Walker.
Was mauling him yesterday.
All over him.
And it was all 80 feet. And so I understand his frustration.
No doubt.
I agree, though. He's got to taper it back. But
he was over-penetrating yesterday.
I agree.
He was getting too deep into the paint, and he was forcing some things, and he had to lay up there, went out on the backboard, and he was like, hey!
And he just stopped.
Hey.
No, he stopped playing.
He's just like, so he was a little frustrated yesterday, no doubt. He's trying to find his rhythm.
Yes.
Because you got to think, man, he started for 29 straight games, and he hears Draymond say, he's a key factor. He's our second-best player. You hear Klay Thompson. You hear Steph Curry. They're all empowering him. Then he misses 6 games due to knee tendonitis, and they've got a whole different lineup. But he accepts it. He was a professional after that game against Utah, saying, this is rolling right now. I'm okay with that. He's going to see his minutes. He got to start yesterday. I thought it was a C-minus game at 34 minutes for JK. And the raw data tells you, damn, if you just look at the box score, if somebody picked up the box score, they'll look at Kuminga and say, wow, 19 points, a +8, 6 rebounds. Wow, he had the 4 fouls. 1 of 2 from the three-point line. Wow, 4 from the free throw line. Perfect. 7 of 11 from the floor. But we still watched the game. It was clunky for him. But when you don't have 3 guys out there, you got to find a rhythm and flow. I expect Kuminga to be a lot better tonight.
But there is like a segment of the fans. It's like the tolerance for any mistake for Kuminga.
It's getting crazy.
It's really unbelievable.
After 2 months of praise, it took him to be hurt to start. And we saw this coming. We saw it coming. But let's just empower this guy. This young guy's a baller. He actually helped save the season.
I thought Wiggins was yesterday, right? Like by Wiggins standards. And I just feel like he's not a lightning rod for criticism in the same way that JK is.
No, it's not.
I mean, the JK mistakes have zero tolerance for certain fans. And then I just think it's completely unfair.
It feels like there's a lack of patience with the young guys with all of these teams, whether it's Luciano or Ramos or Matos. Whether it's the Niner young guys, Trey Lance or whatever. Brock Purdy or whoever's young on the 49ers. And then, of course, the young guns with the go to say, like, think about Pods. I'm happy with Brock Purdy. He went through a mini slump. Pods. Now, over the last 6 games, he's shooting nearly 58%
way
from
better.
the three-point line.
He's been way
But he went through that mini slump. And think about the rhetoric around that. He went through a mini slump, and all of a sudden, why does Kieran Pods and Pods this and Pods that? Pods play fine. Pods has been excellent. TJD, So I don't know why we're so impatient with young guys. We know young guys are going to make mistakes. That's how they get better in this league, by playing through the mistakes.
Well, and we act like the greatest player in Warrior history, Steph Curry, doesn't have some of the worst turnovers we've ever seen in our lives. Now he offsets that with being how magical he is, but like Steph's ball security is atrocious, and he makes horrific decisions at times. Yep. We love him for it, but he's allowed the dignity and grace,
right?
And I just feel like we don't allow it at all for Kuminga, and we completely overlook any contributions he has.
No doubt. All right,
and I just think it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I don't know. But Kuminga, look, they're gonna need Kuminga tonight. Trey Murphy the third, C.J. McCollum. I mean, Jose Alvarado. You got Herb Jones. Pelicans are coming to town, man. They are legit. So you're going to need to bring your hard hat tonight. You're going to need J.K. in any role that he plays in.